This is one of the hardest boss fights ever. Hi, I'm Fadelessword, but feel free to use Fade or Fadeless. I faced up against one of the hardest, if not the hardest, boss fight ever, and I may have cheated. But before that, let's get into some context. About a year ago, I had started playing a game known as Drakengard 3. As basic information for Drakengard 3, it's an action RPG style game where the main character Zero and her talking magical dragon, Mikhail, are on a quest to end her sisters. Oh boy, that's a strong start. Along the way you meet, let's call them interesting characters?
You feel it too, Octa?
Oh, I feel something, all right. Something in my trousers.
Octodel!
Besides that...
For those of you who know the Drakengard series, it's actually connected to the Nier series, but I'm not going to explain that here since I'm not close to qualified enough to explain it, and if you are interested, there's a lot of analysis videos on YouTube. Now, you may be wondering, this all sounds great, but what about the so-called hardest boss? Well, we're getting there. Drakengard has 5 endings, each called routes, and each with the corresponding letter, Route E being the last route with the boss. Now, another thing you may be wondering is, what makes this boss so hard? So, remember when I described Drakengard 3 as an action RPG game? So, throw all that knowledge out the window because it's completely useless now. Now, it's a rhythm game. And so begins our story of how I had to cheat to beat the hardest boss I've ever faced. Nothing. It's actually the same. There it is. I tied for that! No! I think Fade might actually make it. I can't see. Number 3. There's gonna be 5 of them, huh? Okay, that was a really good run. I can't see! That doesn't make sense! So dumb. Okay. Can't see. So, yeah. Those camera angles are kinda crazy. Intentional, too. I'm making progress, but what do I even... What? What was that sky? I don't know. What was I seeing? Where was the camera going? What was I supposed to see? That's right. I saw it too. That was the sky. It wasn't panned at the statues. It wasn't panned at the dragon. It was the sky. Who thought of this? died. After that, I made a few more tries for the day, but after 6 hours of trying, I called it a day. Defeated. Coming into the next stream, I had a plan. I learned I could use a metronome to help. What's the BPM? Okay, new plan. If you go to YouTube and type in something like Drakengard 3 Route E boss timing, you'll find a ton of videos lining up the timings you need to press the button so you can win. Is this cheating? Yes! Did I need it? Yes! I'm not saying I'm cheating or anything, but the video on the left monitor is really working out. It's making it so I don't even have to look at the right screen, the main screen. Oh my god. Oh, it's off again. I got you right after I destroy this boss. Lofi on fire, sheesh. Alright, I'm not even gonna pay attention to the screen. Timing diagram, you got this. You got this, king. Are you kidding me? Never mind. I can't believe I hate this game. Alright, here we go. One, two, three, four. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I spam! Every time I tab back in here, I feel like I never left. Every time I tab back into the game, I feel like I never left. Here we go again. Kong! Kong, please, I'm already dead. T. T, ta. T. Wait, that sounds really inappropriate, huh? T ta. I think we broke Fade. No, it's music! It's musical terms, kinda, I think. If I remember right. I kinda don't remember. T. Alright, 8. Okay. T. Ta. Oh! T ta. T ta. I messed up! Yes, I am losing while cheating, okay? Lining up the video to the game is kind of hard. Being even the slightest bit off of time, or just pressing the button at the wrong time, can lead to absolute disaster. And I was starting to lose my mind. Fade really trying to focus with TT and Tot. You stop that. You stop that. Please, it's helping me focus. But I was making progress. It was just a matter of time until I finally got it. And all it would take is one comment. T top. T ta ta. T ta 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 ta. Who's betting on Fade having technical difficulties with video but actually is just loading up the ending of YouTube? Ending on YouTube. Oop. You know, I can skip this. I can skip this pain that we're suffering on right now. Anyways. T ta. T ta. T ta. T ta. T ta T T ta. T ta T. T T ta ta. T ta. T T ta ta T T. T ta. T T ta ta. T ta T ta T ta T ta. T T ta ta. T ta T ta. Don't do this in the slide. T ta T T T T. T ta T ta T ta T. T ta T ta T ta T ta. T ta. T ta. T T T ta T The timing diagram's still going.